This one's a little heavy, guys, but holds great weight and great importance. I've said so before, our children are our most vulnerable assets, and so this topic is unavoidable. By definition, childhood trauma is the experience of an event by a child that is emotionally painful or distressful, which often results in lasting mental and physical effects. Childhood trauma can occur when a child witnesses or experiences overwhelming negative experiences during their childhood. This can happen in relationships, for example, abuse, neglect, or violence. Early childhood trauma between the ages of birth and 6 can be especially detrimental. Children's brains grow and develop rapidly, and young children are also very dependent on their caregivers for care, nurture, and protection. When trauma occurs early, it can affect a child's development, as well as their ability to attach securely. More so if the trauma occurs with a caregiver, a family member, or anyone trusted. It's a misconception for anyone to say, think, or believe that trauma in children will not have any long-lasting effects. Things like, oh, she was too young when it happened, or maybe he won't even remember when he's older, are grossly inaccurate and ignorant. One-time events like a car accident or a severe natural disaster, maybe an earthquake, can take a psychological toll on children. Ongoing stress, being a victim of bullying, can also be traumatic. In fact, nearly any event can be considered traumatic to a child if it happened unexpectedly, it happened repeatedly, somebody was intentionally cruel, and the child was not prepared for it. Childhood trauma can have long-lasting effects, and even though I have seen and believe children are the most resilient of us all, they're not made of stone, and they're simply children after all. So, here are some things to watch out for if you feel your child may be experiencing trauma or PTSD. Increased thoughts about death or dying, problems and difficulty sleeping, a change in appetite, displays of anger, attention problems or difficulty focusing, refusing to go to school, complaining of things like headaches and stomach aches, a loss of interest in normal activities, even activities that they enjoy, irritability, sadness, and a development of new fears. That being said, with appropriate interventions, the earlier the better, adults and caregivers can help children recover from traumatic experiences more effectively. Always remember, your role as a trusted parent, guardian, or caregiver matter greatly. Early intervention could prevent your child from experiencing ongoing effects of the trauma as an adult, but it's super important to recognize when you or your child need professional help. Encourage your children to talk about his or her feelings and validate their emotions. Answer questions honestly if they have any. Reassure your child that you'll do everything you can to keep them safe. Stick to your daily routine as much as possible. And parents, please remember, you don't have to do this alone. Your support system is just as important as the one you aim to provide for your child.